Hey guys, welcome to my podcast. I've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time. Well, for 3 years actually. I've just been nervous to do it, but I decided to do a podcast. So it's my first episode. I'm new to this, so just sit back and relax and welcome to my new podcast, I guess. So before we start this podcast, I'm just gonna introduce myself. My name is Zach. Well, I'll go by Zach Boss on YouTube, but my real name is Zach. Um, I'm 22 years old, which I don't know if it's for my age out like that, but I like to play video games. I like to watch movies, TV shows. I like to watch wrestling. I like to work out. I like to do a lot of stuff. To be honest with you. Um, Currently, right now, I'm trying to start YouTube. Um, Trying to upload some videos, and yeah, this could be one of the videos I'm gonna upload my podcast. So bear with me. So do this. Um, so what should we talk about? I feel like maybe we should talk about what's going on in my life right now. Or yeah, what's going on in my life. So if you want to skip over this part, you can. But if you don't, that's fine too. But I just want to say this, guys. I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I'm not gonna be afraid to admit that I am. My dad got me to watch wrestling when I was little, and man, I've been a fan ever since. And yeah, I think I've been watching wrestling for around, I think since the 2000s, like the late 2000s. That's when I really started watching it, and I got into it. I'm still into it now, and I watch both. I watch a lot of wrestling. I watch WWE, AEW. I don't really watch TNA because I'm not really into it like that. I think I'm more into WWE more than AEW. Oh, nobody get on me for that. Yeah. So speaking of wrestling, I know WrestleMania is this coming weekend, which is on Saturday and Sunday. I will probably do a prediction video for WrestleMania on another video. I'll probably post on TikTok. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that later on this week. That's what I'm gonna do later on this week. I'm gonna post my predictions for WrestleMania. But all I gotta say is this though. I know The Rock came back and wanna think he owns stuff, but what has he been doing? That man has been wrestling for 8 years. Listen, I like The Rock movies. I like his movies. His movies good. But I think he better on acting than wrestling again. But this man been showing up WWE. I know some of y'all don't watch it, but I'm just gonna tell y'all. This man been showing up WWE saying he's the final boss and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Me and The Rock. I still like The Rock. I do, but he just think he's own shit. Excuse my language, guys. He think he owns stuff, and yeah, I don't get it. But that's really all I gotta say about The Rock. But I got nothing else to say about him, to be honest with you. But like I said, good movies. I think that we should stay doing, not go back to wrestling. That's all I can say about him. But The Rock is the greatest of all time. I will say that. But I think I know who better. And a man that need to finish his story is Cody Rhodes. Now, I'm not gonna talk about wrestling as much as this podcast. It's not that many people watch wrestling like that, but I'll probably do something else under the podcast. It's about wrestling, maybe. But yeah. Next, I want to talk about what's going on in the world. I will probably do this in the upcoming episode too. In every episode of the podcast, I talk about what's going on in the world, like the news and all the stuff that we've been probably hearing, that some of y'all probably been hearing. If you watch the news or anything like that. First thing I'm gonna talk about is this. Um, so I don't know if y'all heard about this, but I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago or a couple weeks ago. It could have been last week this happened. When a boat ran to a bridge. I don't know where it was at, but I heard about it, and I thought everybody's okay from that, but it's just like it didn't look good. But I don't know if you heard about that, but yeah, it was crazy to hear about that. I just pray that the people are okay after that, but also, also, um, it's stuff been going on by Diddy, which I'll be honest, Diddy music's okay, but I don't really care about Diddy like that. And if he did what he did, I'll say is this. Um, that's his problem. I mean, if he really did what he did, whatever people talking about, um, it has got rated. So I don't really know about that. That ain't my business. All I can say is this. Um, he just ran away. That's all I can say. Cause he must have knew about it. I feel like he ran away from the situation. So that's all I gotta say about that one. Um, Now I'm gonna talk about this one. This I watched this documentary of something that I don't know might have messed up my childhood. I ain't gonna lie, man. But so it's about Nickelodeon. It's about I don't know if y'all watch this podcast, but or not podcast. I don't know if y'all watch that documentary or not, but it's about what behind the scenes of Nickelodeon. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this because it's on YouTube. I hope the video don't get taken down because I'm talking about this, but um, this Nickelodeon not the same anymore. I mean, it hadn't been the same. I haven't really watched Nickelodeon in a long time. Um, but yeah, it's been some weird stuff on Nickelodeon. Some of the Nickelodeon shows that Dan, I don't want to, Dan, the man that's behind shows like iCarly, Victorious, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, um, Sam and Cat. Um, I think it's all the show. It's all the show too, like the Men in the Show, all that. That's about it. That's all the shows. I think it's more shows too, but I can't name all of them. But all those shows were directed by him. Now I'm gonna be honest. Back then, when I was a kid, I wasn't thinking about the jokes that he put in the show. I wouldn't thought about that until I started really rewatching these episodes again, and these jokes are just wrong. It's just something really wrong with that man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, he did some other weird stuff, but I don't really want to talk about it because you just have to watch the documentary, which is called the documentary called Quiet on Set. You can either watch it on HBO Max or IDN. GN. I think it's on there. I'm not sure. You got to look it up where it is. But mostly it's on HBO Max or Max. And I'm only watched 2 episodes. I don't know if I can watch anymore because it's just sick. It's just really dark stuff. Now I want to suggest you to watch this because it's just too dark. But if you want to watch it, go ahead. But if you don't, that's fine too. Because I don't know how I feel about this. Because my childhood, it just a lot of that stuff they say in there, I can't really say on YouTube because I'm not trying to get in trouble. So y'all have to look it up and watch documentary about it. So that's just this documentary. Just I don't know. It just I don't know if it happened in Disney Channel too because you never know. It could happen over there too, but I'm not sure. But I'm glad people told the truth or told their truth about what happened about it. I'm glad it did because it better and I bet more people will talk about what happened behind the scenes. But I feel like I'm glad people did talk behind the scenes, but it's just like, man, it's some sick people in this world. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Sick people. But all I'll say is this about the documentary. It's just dark. But y'all should watch it if you want. If you watch Nickelodeon back in the day, and if you watch all these shows, which I'm gonna tell the truth, these are my favorite shows. But now I can't really watch these shows the same after watching that documentary because it just doesn't feel right. But I just feel like my childhood is ruined because, half my childhood is ruined because of these shows I watched back then, which I thought, it's trying to make us happy. I feel like those shows trying to make us happy, but while people behind the scenes were going through stuff that we didn't know about back then that we know now. But I'm not talking about it too much. But I think that's all I gotta say about the documentary. And y'all should watch it if y'all want to though. Well, on this podcast, I feel like maybe we could do some fun stuff on the podcast. Maybe not the first episode, but I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna be doing on the podcast and when I'm gonna upload the podcast. Well, so since April 1st, that's our first podcast episode. So the next episode on the podcast, it probably won't be posted every week, but I will post a podcast every 2 weeks on a Monday. I will post a new podcast every 2 weeks. So our next episode on the podcast will still be in April. Cause I was thinking about doing like once a month, but I don't feel like I'm gonna take it that long. I feel like I'm gonna do 2 podcast episodes every month. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause every 2 weeks, we do every 2 weeks, every month. So we would do like 2 podcast videos or do podcasts. This is a video. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I just feel like I'm messing up in this podcast a little bit. I mean, it's my first episode. I don't know why I'm so nervous about this, but I'm just glad I'm doing this. But I just don't know how many people gonna watch this podcast. But if y'all watching this right now, thank y'all for watching it. I'm kind of struggling a little bit, but I think I'm doing okay. But yeah. So our second episode of the podcast will be on the 14th of April. Will be the next podcast And actually, one of my family members' birthday, actually my niece's birthday, is on the 14th. So, it looks like we're gonna post a podcast on my niece's birthday. Well, April Fool's, guys. Which I don't know. Do y'all celebrate April Fools? Do y'all do jokes like that? I mean, I know I joke sometimes, but sometimes I don't like the joke as much. Sometimes it only depends. But yeah. But so we'll be probably talking about different topics. But I'll let you know when I upload a video. But if some of y'all new to my YouTube channel, go ahead, subscribe for me, and hit a like on this podcast if you enjoyed it so far. I'm trying. It's my first podcast. I get used to it. So, it's not bad noise. I think my alarm went off. My bad, guys. I'm not gonna do it every 2 weeks. I might just do it only 2 times every month. That's my plan, to do podcasts 2 times every month. So that's what I'm gonna do. So next podcast episode will be April 14th, guys. So I'm gonna talk about a few more things, and that could be a wrap for my first podcast ever. So I'm gonna ask y'all, and I'm gonna give y'all feedback. So what is y'all favorite movie that y'all watch of all time? Now I'm gonna give you, and y'all can say in the comments what y'all favorite movie of all time that y'all have enjoyed watching. It could be any movie. So I'm gonna give y'all my favorite movie of all time. So my favorite movie of all time, it gotta be Avengers Endgame, man. Let me tell you, that movie right there, man. The build up to that moment after all the movies from the MCU, man. If y'all haven't watched that movie, I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching the movie about 5 years old now. About 5 years old now. This month in April. Cause I remember I went to theaters to see Avengers Endgame. It was a good moment, but it was emotional too when Iron Man died, man. But he made a sacrifice for everybody. So I think the reason it's also my favorite movie because it brought everybody back from the snap that had been previous Avengers movie, Infinity War. So yeah, I just think Avengers Endgame my favorite movie of all time, and I just like the fighting part when Thanos went against Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. Man, that fight was a good, man. I mean, Captain America grabbed the hammer that was going to have predicted to happen, was kind of predicted to happen when it, I think Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America tried to grab the hammer, and Thor was so scared, and now he finally did it. And that was a good moment in that movie. It was a lot of good moments in that movie, man. But, yeah, I think Avengers Endgame is one of my favorite movies of all time. Sorry, guys, y'all hear noise in the background. The neighbors making too much noise. But I'm gonna ask y'all something else now. What is y'all favorite TV show? I mean, I know it's hard to say that because there's a lot of good shows. But if y'all had one favorite TV show, what is y'all favorite TV show of all time? Put that in the comments and let me know. My favorite TV show of all time. This is hard, but my favorite show of all time, I would say All American, but All American is my favorite show. I know that coming on back on today, actually. I'm going to watch that. I don't know if y'all watch All American or not. I mean, if y'all do watch that, I wouldn't mind talking about it. after the first episode come out, and the sixth season of the first episode. Yeah, I don't know. I might talk about that, but that really is not. I mean, it's my favorite show, but my favorite show of all time, it's gotta be Avatar: The Last Airbender. It gotta be that show because I remember watching that show growing up, and man, that show was great. Now, I'm not talking about the real life one though. Y'all thought that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the animated one. I like the Avatar: Last Airbender. I didn't like though. That's my favorite show, but I didn't like that they made a movie about it. That really the movie was trash. I hate to say that. I think the real life TV show is better than the real life movie they had of Avatar: Last Airbender. I'm gonna be honest with you, but yeah, I say that's my favorite show of all time. Avatar: Last Airbender, my favorite show of all time. Now, what is your favorite song of all time? Like, what is your favorite song to listen to right now? How about I'll just say that. What is your favorite song to listen to right now? Or your favorite song? You know what? Just for this one, I'm gonna need y'all to name your top 5 favorite songs right now that you like to listen to. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you that. So go ahead and put in the comments your top 5 favorite songs. So my top 5 favorite songs that I like right now is one song. My first song, like Everybody Want to Rule the World. I don't know if y'all heard that song before. It's by a band called Tears for Fears. This is an old band. This song came out in 1980s, 1985. That's what it says, 1985, guys. I'm looking up right now. 1985, that's a long time ago. But before I was even alive. But this is one of my favorite songs. My second favorite song, God, this is hard. But it gotta be Eminem, Lose Yourself. Now, Eminem, he's one of my favorite rappers of all time. Maybe over Drake. I mean, I like Drake too. Drake, one of my favorite rappers as well. But I just really like that song. It's a good song. It even came out the year I was born, really. But I say I grew up with that song. So that's my second favorite song. My third favorite song got to be something. It's a hard choice. If I had other favorite song I listen to right now, I'll say Drake. Which I like his song. Okay, guys, don't judge me about this one. I just like the song, man. Wish Baby Daddy. I like that song. With SZA and oh goodness. And Sexy Red. I don't know how I forgot her name. I had to think about it for me. But I like that song. At first, I ain't gonna lie, I did not like this song. This song kind of sounded annoying. But I thought I listened to it more, and I liked it. My fourth favorite song. It gotta be Stay. By Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. Now, that song's a hit. I know the song old, it kind of do get it's short, but I think that song's a hit. That's a good song. That's one of my favorite songs. It's a good song to really dance to. It's like if you go to a party or something like that, which I normally don't go to parties like that, but yeah, that's my fourth favorite song. And now my fifth and last favorite song, I would say, it's a hard choice, but my fifth favorite song, guys, this is a hard choice. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I mean, I did some also. I could have picked one song and that's it. But guys, I'm just trying to think. What should? It's a lot of. I got a lot of favorite songs. I'm gonna say this. This song's really old, but it's by the All American Rejects. It's called "Move Along." This song came out, I think, 2005 or 2006. Probably 2005 it came out. But this song is about 19. This song is old, but it's one of my favorite songs I grew up with. It played on one of the movies that I really like watch. Used to like watch. I mean, I still like watch now. It's called "She's the Man." Used to play in that. The song playing that movie. I don't know if y'all watched that movie before, but I mean, I watched that movie a lot of times when that came out. And I still watch it now sometimes. But that's about it, guys. I know I was struggling a little bit to figure out my favorite songs. I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick your favorite songs. 'Cause, I mean, I got a lot of favorite songs. So now I'm gonna ask y'all this: what is your top 5 favorite artists to listen to? They could be a band, they could be a group, or somebody by themselves. I'm gonna name them for me. I'm gonna say Drake, Jonas Brothers. Don't judge me. Eminem, The Weeknd. I like listening to The Weeknd. And now this is tough because I like got a lot of favorite artists. I'll say this: Imagine Dragons. That's my top favorite artist to listen to, or band to listen to, combined together. Yeah, that's about it for me. Imagine Dragons, they got good songs. They my favorite band group. Drake, he got a lot of good songs. If y'all listen to Drake, man, that last album that came out last year was good. Eminem, he got good music too. Eminem can rap, which I could never like Eminem, but yeah. Jonas Brothers, listen, they got good music too. I know they broke up, but they came back together. They got good music too. I listened to that album last year too. That album was good. It was okay. It wasn't okay. I mean, it was actually good. Actually, I don't want to say it's okay. Yeah. Sorry about the long pause, guys. I was just thinking about what I had to say. I don't know. It's how nervous I am about doing this, but I try my best, guys. Just give me, I guess, give me that. I try my best on the podcast. So if y'all hear any pauses in the podcast, sorry about that, guys. Or any noises that you heard because my next door neighbor making too much noise. Yeah. So this is the last topic that I want to talk about before we end this podcast. I'm gonna talk about my goals, and y'all can tell me y'all goals that y'all want in life in the comments down below. Yeah. So my goals in my life right now, I'm only 22. I'm young, but I eventually want to move out and one day and buy me a place. Of course, not now, but at least before I turn 30, I at least want to, move out, get an apartment. that's the main thing I want to do. My goal is to find a good job that I can work at, a job that I love. I would love to do. That's my main goal, to find a good job, because I don't know. I've been applying for stuff. It just, it's kind of hard, but I know eventually find a job. And this could be part of a goal too, like in near future. I want in near future in my life. I do want to have kids one day. I do. I at least want to have. I don't know how many kids I want, but at least like maybe 3 kids. But I at least want kids in the future, get married, even buy a house one day. I just want to do a lot. There's a lot of goals I want to accomplish. A lot of stuff I want to do in my life. Because life is short. Like I said, life is short. So I like want to do all this stuff. It's a lot of goals that I might not talk about on here, but it's a lot of goals I want to do in my life. And one of the other goals I want to do is become a YouTuber, which that's what I'm trying to do now. I've been I actually want to be a YouTuber for a long time, but I didn't know, because I was nervous to talk to everybody, talk to other people like that. But yeah. But that's mostly my goals right now. I hope you guys really, enjoy the podcast. It might be some pauses, and it's just my first video, maybe get better over time, but I hope it do. But guys, I appreciate y'all joining my podcast. I was gonna talk about what other stuff I'm gonna be doing on the podcast, but I'll probably explain it. I'll probably say something about it on YouTube. Probably say something, like type something about it on here. I think it's a way you can do that on YouTube. But I'll probably tell you other stuff, like a list of stuff I'm gonna be doing on the podcast. Talk what stuff I'm gonna talk about, and I might have some special guests on here. I don't know, but I might invite some friends on here on my podcast, ask them questions about some stuff, and might even talk about some stories. It could be any family members or but it's only some. But some of my friends might not want to be on there. But I know I have to ask some of my friends if they want to be a guest on my podcast, and they say yes. But my family members, I don't know. I have to ask them that. But if my family member is watching this, our friends, they're watching this right now, that I didn't ask to be a guest, I want to let y'all, would y'all mind being a guest on my podcast? Of course, I can't have a celebrity on here because I don't know celebrities like that. I mean, I don't know them like that. Hey, man, I wouldn't lie. It'd be cool if we had a celebrity on here, too. Maybe even a wrestler. Maybe. But this is my first podcast. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I tried my best on it, and I hope it get better for me. This is something new for me. Starting this podcast is something new. But yeah, thanks for joining me for my first podcast ever on April 1st, April Fools. And I hope you have a good day, a good Monday, a good and blessed Monday. And on the first April 1st, the first Monday of April, really. But I hope y'all have a good day. And I'll be doing my podcast. I'll see you on the next podcast. I'll see you on April 14th for the next podcast, guys. I'll see y'all later. Peace, guys.